Hello and welcome to Taco Tuesday. Stick around as we discuss topics of the supernatural, the paranormal, time travel, the world news, and a whole lot more. And I eat something with nachos in it. It is now time for this Taco Tuesday broadcast. Take me to the desk, Johnny. Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday, y'all. Taco Tuesday tonight. Taco Tuesday, y'all. Taco Tuesday, all right.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Taco Tuesday broadcast. I'm your host with the most that loves to eat Tostitos dipped in cheese, of course, Hero77, along with my broadcast announce partner, good old Sagittarically speaking. Oh, why am I laughing? Hey, Saggy, how you doing, man?
Well, hello there. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing very taco-y tonight,
Okay, yeah.
believe it or not. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's I noticed you'd like to dip your Tostitos in cheese.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a really good intro, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you. Hey, speaking of intros, did you know I made Dan an intro?
I've heard some rumblings about it. I knew you were going to work on one. So did you finish it?
Oh, yeah, I finished it and a whole lot more.
And a whole lot more. Well, that's the exciting part.
Oh.
So why do I have a feeling I'm about to see it?
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to show it now because guess what?
What?
There's only 2 people watching.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We should hold off on that. But it is a good teaser for when more people show up.
Oh yeah, man. When they all show up, and they will eventually. They all will. They all float on here. Why am I laughing? Sorry about that. I just tend to go off the rails on a crazy train sometimes.
That's all right. It's kind of like building a taco. You start with your tortilla shell, and you add your either your taco meat of choice, and then what do you put in next? Probably a little lettuce or hot sauce, and then sprinkle a little cheese or sour cream and some tomato on top, and then if you build it, it will crunch. You know what I mean?
If you build it, it will crunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I am not a liar this time around. I actually did eat something nacho-y. I ate like fire Doritos.
Did you eat something with nachos in it?
Well, nacho-y, nacho-like.
Did you eat something with nacho-y like in it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Are you going to describe it to us?
Well, I just did.
Oh, all right. I thought like it more in depth.
No, you were stuck on a time loop and you didn't hear it all. So.
Well, could you repeat it? I'm sorry. I was so busy trying to interject. I missed it.
Really, I didn't notice that. No, I had some. I think they're called hot fire Doritos or something.
Hot fire Doritos. Are they like flaming hot Doritos?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, that's exactly what they are. Flaming hot Doritos.
I saw a YouTube video today about how they their origin story, how they came to be. Would you like to hear it in a nutshell?
I would like to hear it in a taco shell.
Okay, well, I'll tell it to you in a taco shell, which does make a lot more sense. It's Taco Tuesday, and we're talking about taco-related things. So, So apparently, the CEO of Cheetos sends out an email or puts out a memo or whatever, and makes an announcement that he would like every employee of the organization to take a sense of ownership in the company, and to feel like they feel like they can contribute in any way that they even beyond what they would normally consider their capacity to do so. So the janitor cleaning up on the night shift or whatever, happenstance comes across the memo and reads it, and he's like, oh well, I guess this applies to me too. And he happened to be of Latin American descent, and apparently one day the Cheeto machine accidentally sput out a bunch of Cheetos without any seasoning or cheese or spices on them. Right, it was just plain Cheetos without anything on it. And he took a canister of them home with him, and he's like, you know what? They've never made anything for the Latin community, like something with some chilies and some spices, some pop and some pow to it. So he started playing around, putting some of his like family traditional spices on the Cheetos, and until he found like just the right blend that had just the right amount of zing and pep in it. And then he had the nerve to actually call the CEO of the Cheetos, explain to the guy, his secretary, that, hey, I'm an employee. I saw the memo about taking ownership. I would like to pitch an idea to the president of the company. And the president got the message or whatever, and was so impressed by the fact that he took all of this, he took this upon himself to do this after reading the memo, that he couldn't help but go ahead and let him come in and pitch the thing. So apparently he goes into the boardroom, the weekly old Latin guy who was the janitor, never graduated high school, clumsily does the pitch, but the president loves it. He thinks it's a brilliant idea. There's a whole Latino market out there that we could be catering to, and plus, so they of course they refine the recipe, in their laboratories or whatever, till they got just the right flavor or whatever. And now that guy that was once the janitor is now the a head president of the PepsiCo Corporation, which owns the Cheetos brand, and he's in charge of their Latin PR campaign, like globally. Like he's like a top-notch executive for the company. It's a real success story. So much so that they're going to make a Flamin' Hot Cheetos the movie and tell the story.
Huh. I failed to see what this has to do anything with Doritos, but
I said Flamin' Hot. The whole Flamin' Hot. That's how it came to be.
Oh, okay. I got you. I thought you were gonna say the Mexican guy accidentally put a Cheeto into a machine and it flattened it out into the shape of a Dorito, and he's like, I think I'll call this company Dorito.
Oh no, it's just the Flamin' Hot. How the flavor itself came into fruition.
Okay, so Cheeto had it first.
Oh yeah, they originally had it. They were the first ones to do it, and other brands have taken over now. Like there's Takis or something like that. Have you heard of them?
Oh yeah, definitely. My wife eats those all the time.
And then I like the Dynamites, the Dorito Dynamites. They're like rolled up like a tight little, it's Dorito Dynamite in there. They look like a little stick of dynamite. It's like a corn chip rolled up, kind of tight.
Oh crap!
Yeah, and it's got a lot of spices and heat on it. I don't know if you've ever had that, but it's pretty good.
I've never had that one, but I got to tell you, you sound like you really dug into this, like you did your research before the show.
Well, I watched the video just earlier this afternoon.
Oh wow, man! I tell you what, you do a lot of research, a lot of video watching, a lot of stuff, man. I know you send me stuff all the time that I never watch, so that's how I know that you're more dedicated to watching those things than I am.
Oh well, you send me all kinds of stuff all the time, and I actually watch it
Oh, okay. Well,
for 5
you know,
seconds just to say that I
uh,
watched it, and then I turn it off.
maybe I should do that. Just, you know, hey, I watched your thing that you sent me, man. And then you asked me a question about, oh, I didn't watch that part.
Oh no, you could just go, yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, I like that too, man.
Yeah, hey, here's something we haven't seen in a while. You know what? The hell with it. I'm going to give this room a shout out. How about that?
Oh man, that sounds pretty exciting. You know what?
Huh?
Somebody walks in the room, and you're like, hell with it. Let's give the room a shout out. How can I argue with that logic?
Right. Yeah, no, we keep having technical difficulties here. I see 7, then I see 10, then I see 9, then I see 7 again. It's like somebody is popping, like 3 people are popping in and out, in and out, in and out, almost like a ping pong ball.
Or maybe they're doing the hokey pokey and they're turning themselves around.
Oh yeah, you're right. That's how you do the hokey pokey. You pop in chat, and then you pop back out, and then you pop in chat, and then you turn all about. Yeah.
You hit the like button twice and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, you know what, man? Here we go. Okay, here
All
I go.
right.
I'm gonna do it and be done with it. I'll try to get through it as fast as I can.
No, no,
So,
no, no. I think
what?
that it would be much better if you just take your time and do
No,
it
no.
nice and casually with calm reasoning voice.
What if I did it with an angry voice, like, Lotar 900 is here. Ooh, that guy. Preliminals here. Ooh, that guy. Ooh, how about like that?
Yeah, but that when you add the ooh, you might as well just do Macho Man because that's basically what it sounds like.
Oh yeah, that's true. But you know who else is in here? Michael Fontaine is in here, brother.
Oh wow. Michael Fontaine. I still well yeah, okay.
Nick Myers, not Mike Myers, but his brother Nick.
Oh yeah, well, don't get it twisted.
No, absolutely not.
Around your neck. No, I'm just kidding.
Go kart Bob zoomed in here. He's like, he bro. And I said, go kart. So I think we're even.
I can hear the 2-stroke engine all the way over here, man.
Oh yeah. And we have Lothar 900, or as he likes to refer to himself as Lothar.
Lota. It's not Yoda, man. Don't get it twisted. It's Lota.
Lothar. Oh, and did I mention preliminal?
Yeah, preliminal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that.
Well, he's here as well, man. Oh, and the guy that got me, or the person that got me started in all this, let's go ahead and give this room a shout out. What the hell? Bubbles is here. He goes, or she goes. I'm assuming it's a she, but I shouldn't assume that. I know, and I do apologize, Bubbles, if you're not a she, but it just seems like Bubbles is something that a she would call herself.
Well, yeah, I concur. And I can see why you would say, what the heck, let's do a shout out as soon as you saw the name Bubbles pop up on the screen.
Oh, well, then, let's not get it twisted. I said, what the hell?
Oh, yeah, you're right. You did say what the hell.
Right.
But, who could resist the opportunity to shout out Bubbles? I mean, come on. I mean, whoever came up with that name knew they were going to get lots of shout outs.
Oh, yeah. Just like,
Just like Soapy does.
Yes, indeed. Soapy, and there was her. Oh, guess who the heck? Guess who the heck just popped in here with no warning?
Give me a hint.
He sells vans down by the river.
Oh, that guy, Eddie, the real one.
Yeah, he's the real one, and he has a wrench.
Oh yeah, Eddie the Von King.
Eddie the Von King, Van King Corona, Van Corona. Oh, never mind. Wait a
Well, that
minute.
was a pretty darn good shout out.
Heck yeah, it was, man. I'll tell you what. I don't mean to pat my own back, but sometimes you just got to do that. It is hard to pat my own back, by the way, because I may have long arms, but I don't have the longest arms in the world.
Oh, you don't? I wonder who does.
I don't know. That's a good question. Look it up. Google it. Let's Google it right now. Come on.
Do the thing like Google who has the longest arms in the world and see what it says.
Oh, let me do that. Yeah. Hold on. Oh crap! What happened? My screen went dark. Hold on. I'll fix that. It's a little hiccup or a bubble, if you will.
Yes. A bubble.
Bubble. Okay, here we go. What am I supposed to? Oh, yeah. Well, come on, pop up here. Got to press it again. Still not doing it. I could have had this done already if I just typed it in.
Yeah, but it would have been not nearly as fun.
Yeah, well, something's going on. I'm going to end up crashing our show. I keep pushing.
Oh, well, I don't want that to happen.
Well, no, Captain. Oh, wait, something came up.
I thought maybe you could have just grabbed your phone and did it or something.
You would think. My computer's running slow. That's what it is.
Yeah, well, never mind. I don't want to crash the show just to find out who has the longest arms in the world.
I kind of do. Me, it would be all worth it. Computer.
It would be kind of cool to. Oh, go ahead.
Computer. Who has the longest arms in the world? Now it's not going to answer me. It's being whatchamadoodled.
It would be a cool thing to talk about later, though, like after the fact.
Computer.
Remember that time?
Computer, who has the longest arms in the world? Computer, are you listening to me? It says listening. I'm sorry, Saji. Go ahead, man.
No, after the fact. I said, we'll go like, remember that time when we crashed the show because we just had to ask Google who had the longest arms in the world? Oh, yeah, that was a great time. I remember
that. Yeah, I know, man. Hey, we got a lot of viewers here tonight, man. I'll tell you what, we got a lot of viewers, but nothing to talk about.
Yeah, go figure. Usually we got so many to talk about, but so much to talk about, but nobody to listen. It always goes one way or the other. But to be quite honest, we always can find something to talk about.
Well, I mean, we did have that one thing where we're going to chew everybody out for thinking that they're special, but I mean, that's later down the road.
Well, we have to. Here's the thing, sometimes you get so caught up in your own special, you forget. You just got to remind everybody else how special they're not.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, I pulled that giant wood out of my left eye, so now I can pull the small splinter out of my right eye.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can use the small splinter or the big splinter to work out the small splinter. Kind of wedge it in there because the small splinters are the hardest ones to get out. The big ones are easy.
Oh yeah, because they stick out.
Yeah, you just pinch them and pull.
That's what she said. No, but no. I was talking to John Fogerty's evil twin cousin Phil Fogerty early before the show, and we talked about some things. How you, me, and Armor, I think it was Shifty Sunday, we talked about how evil McDonald's is and how the symbolism in McDonald's can lead to evil. And like an upside down McDonald's symbol resembles two boobs, you know.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, you could pretty much, when it comes to that sort of thing, you could draw any shape or diagram, and then you could find some type of evil esoterical meaning behind it. Because there's just so many signals. I mean, there's just so many insignias out there that represent evil. That almost anything you draw, somebody can find it in a book. Look, it kind of matches this one. That's evil.
Yeah. Well, now,
And if you're looking for you could take any one of them and you could find the book of positive insignias. Oh, look, wait, no, this is positive. See, it's a plus sign.
yeah, I get that, and that's, you know, it. But here's the thing. So me
All
and Bill are talking, right?
right.
And he says now how that show, since that show, it has influenced his decision of what fast food restaurants to go to.
Okay. You know, they choose that imagery on purpose because they hope that it will influence your decision. So, yeah. So, but most people just their decision is made on a subconscious level. But in this particular case, the decision is getting made on a conscious level based on the symbology. That's an interesting twist, isn't it?
Yes, sir. But did you know that the colors yellow and red, that the reason why they chose yellow and red was to get people to leave fast, like they wouldn't linger around and eat their food, you know?
Oh, get your crap and go, huh?
Yep. Exactly. Yeah.
So like when you're in a relationship, and it's just not working out, and you really wish that she would just move out and leave you alone, you should paint everything in the house yellow and red.
Yes.
Okay, I gotcha. So I wonder what color you should paint the walls when you know she's probably going to leave you, but you really wish she would stay.
Well, hey, it's interesting that you should bring that up because now in the McDonald's lobbies they repainted everything sort of like a brown and white sort of color, which is supposed to be inviting colors. It's supposed to encourage people to linger.
Oh, yeah, to linger.
Mm-hmm. So, but with all that being said, though, I got to tell you, and I know why you're asking me, well, what does this have to do with your conversation with Phil? And he mentioned something interesting to me that his dad used to tell him about. Okay, you know how you go to the church and they have the stained glass windows, you know? Sadgie, are you there? Oh my God, we lost Sadgie.
No, all I'm right, here. So I just didn't realize that I faded out. My screen faded out on me, and I don't know how long you haven't been hearing me, but I've been talking quite a bit. So,
oh my goodness.
So let's go. So I'm sorry that I wasn't there, but I'm here now. So go ahead. Stained glass windows. Yes, I'm quite a fan of stained glass windows.
Well, and churches, what he pointed out is the top of the stained glass window is often filled with light, and the bottom of the stained glass window, if you've ever noticed, is very dark. Very dark.
Now, I don't quite understand what you mean by the top and the bottom. Like
the top.
Like the top of the window?
Yeah.
I never noticed that there was a significant difference in the light and the lightness based on the top or bottom, but I'll go ahead and assume that you've already done the research and that's the case. So yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, well, I've been to a church that has the stained glass windows, and I've stared at them quite often while sitting in church, especially as a little baby Hebrew. I'd sit there and stare at the windows most of the time, and noticed that light would come in through the top when it was still daylight out, and at the same time, while it was still daylight out, the bottoms of the glane stand, the stained glass windows would be very dark. It almost like they had a tint to it, like a gangster would have in his car, a tinted window.
Okay, interesting. I never paid that much attention. So again, I'm just going to have to assume that that's the way it is based on the observations that you've conducted as a baby hero.
Right, yeah.
And
And
I couldn't help but wonder, like, when you got like thirsty, would you like hold up your arm and be like, "I want my baba"?
yeah, probably.
Okay, just curious. All right, go ahead.
I don't know too much as a baby Hebrew,
Okay.
but but I did notice that growing up quite a bit. And Mr. Phil Fogarty says that his dad told him that the reason for that, when you think about it, when you really think about it, and you think about that sort of thing.
Yes. Now that you got me thinking about that sort of thing.
The top part represents top, like as in reaching towards the heavens.
Yeah, like the illuminated sky.
Exactly. And the bottom part represents darkness, like
the underworld.
the underworld. Yeah, like hell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I just thought that was a interesting factoid that he was telling me about. And I thought I'd share it with our wonderful, 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 amazing audience.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for sharing that interesting observational factoid. I feel enlightened now.
just the top side of you or all over?
Well, I would say mostly evenly enlightened.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I thought that I really do like stained glass windows. One time I even bought a stained glass light bulb. It was like a regular light bulb,
Mm-hmm.
but it had a little stained glass embroidered into it. And when we had a room that we didn't have we had a light socket at the top of the ceiling, but no no lighting fixture like was installed. It was just you just put in a light bulb, and whenever I put a light bulb in there to get one bright enough to light the room, it would always be like too bright and create that blind spot or that glare like on your eye where you'd like literally have to put your make a ball cap type thing with your hand so that it wouldn't annoy you, while you're sitting there trying to watch TV or whatever, And,
yeah.
I happened to come across at the store. I think it was Walmart. I'm not sure. They had one that had like stained glass imprinted on it, and I brought that home and screwed it into the ceiling, and it did the trick. It was bright enough that you could see in the room, but it didn't create a glare on the TV.
Cool. That would be a good way to record stuff that's on TV.
To record what?
To record stuff that's on the TV.
How so? Explain.
Well, like with your camcorder, or to take a picture of stuff that's on the TV.
Oh yeah. Because you wouldn't get that glare on the screen. I know what you mean now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Dang it! I hate my.
Well, what's going on, man?
Well, I'm trying to upload that video because someone said that Scare Performance is going live in a few minutes, and I wanted to go ahead and share that with people.
All right.
But my computer's being super weird right now.
Well, how long would it take it to upload once you actually got it uploading?
Hold on a second. Let me try this again.
All right.
I wanted to show that intro that I made for Dan.
Right. Have you already sent it to him?
Well, yeah.
All right.
Why is it taking forever?
Maybe you could just go to his channel and wait for it to him to go live, and when he does, instantly share screen.
No, I mean he's not gonna play it.
Oh, he's not using it tonight. Oh, okay.
No.
Well, then there's no rush. Just get to it when you get to it. We'll be here.
Speaking of rush,
yeah.
Have I ever told you about that time me and my friend found a perfectly good Rush album discarded on top of a trash can?
Huh. No, I don't think you've ever mentioned that before.
We was just walking down the street minding our own business like normal 14-year-olds do, and all of a sudden we look over on top of someone's trash can. There was a pile of records sitting there, and a lot of those records were Rush records.
Huh.
And at that time, I was a little too young to realize who Rush was, because I wasn't even when they came out, I was way too young. And so,
right. So had you ever heard Rush before? Like, besides maybe like randomly on the radio or something when you're driving?
Right. Hold on. Sorry. It's doing something weird.
The 11th hour. You know where your reality is.
Let me rewind that. Gosh
so
dang.
I take it you snagged the records.
Huh?
I assume you grabbed the records and took them home with you?
Oh yeah, we did, and actually he ended up with them. My friend did.
And then I mean, so then you listened to them and you got exposed to Rush. Is that where this is going?
Oh yeah, that's exactly where this is going. I wanted to make the short story long, so I was going to drag it out for a little bit, but yes.
All right, and then what happened? So what was your impression of this Rush, this group that calls themselves Rush?
Well, I got to tell you, man, being a 13-year-old on a Saturday night and listening to Rush in your room is a whole different experience. And I got to tell you,
what was it like? Tell me, did you like it? Did you not like it?
Well, I liked it, man.
Oh, okay. They are like considered like I don't know how to put the words together. Like critically acclaimed musicians. Like the song, the music that they make is like people who are into music, like actual musicians. They always give them like Rush a lot of props for actually being exceptionally good playing their instruments and harmonizing, and as a collective group, they are quite extraordinary at creating music. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I've never really been a super big Rush fan, but I get why people like them because they are really good at what they do.
Oh, absolutely. It looks like I'm not going to be able. Great, now there's 8 watching. There was 11. Looks like I'm not going to be able to load this thing in time.
In time for what?
In time for everybody to leave.
Well, just tell them to leave right now, and then you'll have plenty of time.
Right? Yeah, everybody go over to Twisted Tuesday, and don't watch our show. You know, watch Scare Performance.
There you go. See, now you got plenty of time. You don't have to worry about it.
That's right, man. They can all watch this broadcast later in their own free time. Oh man, now that I said that, there goes one more viewer.
Well, they're just following directions. I mean, you can't get mad at them.
Well, no. But
Actually,
I
I
did
was going to get off here. I wanted to go watch that. What's it called again? Twisted Tuesday.
Twisted Tuesday.
All right, man. I'll see you later.
Okay. See you then.
Oh wait, no wait. I'll at least wait till you play this thing you're trying to play, whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever it is. Whoever it's for.
Yeah, whoever it's for. It happens to coincidentally be for the guy that is stealing all of our viewers. But yeah, let's watch it.
Right. I don't know. Let's see here. Dum de dee, dum de doo. I don't know what's going on with my computer, man.
See, that's a real mark of a professional. The way you had it all ready and prepared to go before we went live, I really got to commend you for that. How you just like pretend like you didn't have it ready, just to pull one over on us. I know the whole time you're sitting there just waiting for more people to show up.
No, Eddie. Fizzy had her birthday, I think, a couple months ago, if I'm not mistaken.
It seems like it's always Fizzy's birthday.
Yeah, what's up with that? Like every time I go to watch Mandela Monday, or Freak Easy, it's always her birthday.
I know, right? It really does. It seems like every other month it's her birthday again.
Yeah, man. It's I don't know. Maybe she just loves birthdays.
Maybe I'm just getting it confused because anytime it's anybody's birthday, she puts those silly hats on everyone's avatar.
That is true. I think Armor likes his silly hat. He talks about it quite often.
Oh well, I like silly hats too, but I do like to call them silly nevertheless.
Oh yeah. We did that for my birthday bash. I do believe I have a festive birthday party hat right here. Let me see if I still got it. Oh boy.
I know, right? It's like you can. Let's think of one more thing I can make my computer try to do.
Right. What is going on? This is like
as if the 17 things I've already asked of it weren't enough to rest. I'll pick one more.
This is crazy.
Why? What happened?
My computer is being slower than a pregnant snail on top of a pregnant turtle running a slow old man bus to the old man's folks' home.
Oh, really? And they're stuck in a puddle of molasses?
Yes.
Oh, wow. That's pretty darn slow.
Mm-hmm. I almost wonder if, like, before the show, I should have actually tested my computer first.
Testing, schmesting. All that stuff's overrated, man. Just hit the live button, you shoot from the hip, and see what happens. That's what I say.
Well, that's what we do on any given Taco Tuesday.
Yep.
And well, hey, man, I understand you do have some things to share with us, don't you?
Actually, no, I have nothing except for that one thing that I did send you yesterday about the weird forest. There's hundreds of trees that all grew in a peculiar way. Do you remember that link I sent you?
I most certainly do. Hold on, let me go ahead and try to find it.
Oh yeah, that's one more thing your computer can do.
That it can be slow at. What on earth? How come it keep? That's what the problem is. It kept changing my M's to ends.
I hate when that happens.
That's the weirdest thing ever, man. Hold on. Mandela. Monday intro. There it is. Okay, now let me click it. You gotta click it if you tick it. Oh, never mind. That's an old song. Have you seen these? Never mind. I don't want to get into the whole mask wearing thing again, but there is
Broadcasting from deep in the heart of Texas. It is now the 11th hour.
Dang it.
All right, so you got it now.
Yes.
I got it, but it's not letting me pause it so I can share it. There we go.
Broadcasting from deep in the heart of Texas. It is now the 11th
Let me
hour.
try to get the screen share.
Where your reality is.
Screen share. And man, I tell you, Sadgie, this show, I don't know, maybe we just weren't meant to do it.
You know, sometimes the ball just don't bounce your way, my friend. Sometimes you grab the bull by the horns. Sometimes the bull grabs you by the cojones, you know?
Yes, exactly. I'm glad you understand that. Is this it? Or can you see it?
Yes, I do now.
Okay.
Hey, party people. Broadcasting from deep in the heart of Texas. It is now the 11th hour. Do you know where your reality is?
Could you start it over one more time?
Oh, well, I guess so. Let me try that. There you go.
All right.
Hey, party people. Broadcasting from in the heart of Texas.
Mhm.
It is now the 11th hour.
It disappeared.
I noticed. Well, I had it good while ago, but you know, and it's not letting me hit a pause button of any kind.
No, don't hit pause. Just let it play.
It is now the 11th hour. Do you know where your reality is?
Is that Dan?
Well, no.
I was just kidding, man.
Oh, okay. Would have been funny if I would have made it look like him, though, I guess.
You could have put his avatar on that guy's face. That would have been funny.
Well,
Hey, there's Dan.
Yeah.
There's Fizzy.
Uh-huh.
There's Sandy.
All right.
I like how you spelled copyright with a W. That was really cool.
Oh, yeah. I meant to do that.
I know you did.
Yeah. So, all right, let me change my avatar back the way it's supposed to go, and let's get on with the show, for God's sake.
Oh no, let's do that last half hour all over again. That was really cool.
Oh man, I'll tell you, I feel like ever since I've been on vacation, ever since I come back, it's like I've been struck with a bolt of lightning or something, like, or more or less like a bolt of unluckiness. Except I will say this, I take that back. I did have good luck. We were very lucky people here the other night. Yesterday night, as some of you might not know, some storms come strutting through my area and took out a lot of people's power lines and a lot of trees and tree limbs and roof tiles and all that good stuff. Well, guess what, my good friend?
What?
None of that stuff happened at my house. Like, none of it happened in our neighborhood or our little area here. So
what you're saying is just less than a few miles away from where you're at, there was lots of storm damage. However, you remained unscathed.
oh yeah, for sure, man.
That's awesome.
I do believe in God, and I think that when I ask God for a wall of protection. I do think that he sought his way fit to do so.
Well, I'm glad that he chose to bless you in such a manner.
Oh yeah, man. I definitely feel blessed. I mean, I was talking to a lady at the dollar store today that said her power's been out since yesterday, 7 in the morning. I mean,
Huh.
7 this morning. So and she was in the dollar store looking for batteries, and both me and the clerk dude was telling her what the best batteries were to buy. Like, if you want to buy cheap ones, you're going to basically get what you pay for. If you buy the heavy duty batteries, heavy duty is no good, but the alkaline batteries are a lot better than the heavy duty ones, and they're not as expensive as, say, your Energizer or your Duracell.
Right. Yeah, very true. Everready is usually a decent brand for cheap, but once you get into Rayovac territory, you're skirting in dangerous territory.
Oh yeah, well that's it's funny you should say that because that's mostly what I use.
Everready or Rayovac?
Radiovac.
Oh, okay. You like Rayovac?
Yeah, I think they work better than what do you call it? They don't work any better. Everready works a lot better, I will say that, but I would say that Radiovac works better than DG brand.
Oh yeah, DG is basically uh don't go. It's don't go there. That's what DG stands for.
Yeah, exactly, man.
You put it in the batteries in the remote control car, don't go.
Mm-hmm.
You put it in the flashlight, and the flashlight don't glow. You see what I'm saying?
Ah, that's what DG stands for. Don't go and don't glow.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm. And if you have them in a light that is used to help you grow your plants, then they don't grow.
Exactly.
Uh-huh. So
And if you put it in your electric razor, it don't well, come on, help me out here.
it don't shoot. I don't know, man. You kind of stuck you kind of painted yourself in the corner on that one.
All right.
It don't go against the grain. I don't know. It don't.
Yeah, there's nothing razor related that rhymes with O, huh?
No, it certainly don't, man.
Except for it still grows.
Right, your brain will. I mean, your beard will still grow.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? Maybe if the batteries are radioactive, your brain will grow. I don't know.
Right.
How that or shrink? I guess I don't know.
But
hey,
if you buy Rayovac, you won't want your money back. That's where it's at.
Exactly. Yeah. In my book.
Yeah.
But hey, you mentioned something about. Oh wait, before we get on that next subject, I want to talk about Phil Fogarty for a second.
Well, I always like talking about good old Phil Fogarty. Anytime you want to talk about Phil Fogarty, you just say so, and we'll talk about
it. Okay. He says Radiovac was up here in Madison, and I got to warn you, Phil, please do not mention Madison or any other town. You guys, all of you guys out there, don't mention your hometowns, please. Please don't do that.
Well, it could be Madison, Wisconsin. It could be Madison, Texas. County. It could be Madison County, Australia, for all we know.
Yes, but I must insist that people do not refrain from saying your hometown, for the love of Pete.
Yeah, I know, right? And whatever your high school mascot is, don't be going like go Warriors or anything like that, because we really don't want to hear that crap.
Oh, I couldn't hold it in much longer, man. Yeah. Also,
We don't care that you have an Eagles jersey, and that you got an Eagles hat.
and and for Pete's sakes, do not tell us about the color of your car.
Yeah, for real.
Whatever you do. No one gives a crap about your Lincoln Town Continental. Oh God, I kill me.
Right.
We don't mean any of this, guys, by the way.
Well, I do. I mean it. If someone puts their high school mascot in chat, I'm banning them.
Okay. For an example, if your mascot happens to be Mayor McCheesy, don't mention Mayor McCheesy on the show because ain't nobody got time for Mayor McCheesy. I'm sorry.
Is that really what he was called? I thought he had a different name.
No, I think that was his name, Mayor McCheesy.
Okay, well that's easy.
That's it, Armor. That's it. You're banned. Oh, I am so kicking you out, dude.
He put in his high school mascot. He's, Armor. He's always rebelling against the institution.
Oh, yeah. He's going against the grain.
Yes.
You can't go against the grain if your razor's broke from using shitty batteries. Now Philip misses the Trojans. Why I oughta. You're banded too, Philip. No, oh man. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Oh no, he's going to go get his alumni hat or something. And I love how he tells me to talk amongst myself as if there was more than one of me. And just leaves me hanging here. So let me go ahead and what I always do, and see what the chat is saying. Looks like a lot of people have Trojans. You would think, huh? That was actually one of my high school mascots as well. Believe it or not. And Michael Fontaine says, Sandy's birthday is next week. I'm a week older than her, so I have some of the same memories of things. Okay. Like Alf, huh? Can you ban the host? Well, I think he banned himself there, Phil Fogarty. In Armors, we wish, Philip. Yeah, I know, right? I know you would never step into this dumpster fire of a show, Armor, but you could come in and save me if you happen to have the link. Just saying. I just had a sock puppet for a mascot. I dropped out of school. Huh. For some reason, I do not believe you, Lota. Or Lothar. Or whichever the case may be. But that is kind of funny. No link, sorry, on your own. Yeah, okay. Well, thanks, Armor. No problem. I kind of figured that out already. Mr. Hebrew 77. Well, what's going on here, my friend? Did you go over to watch the other live stream as well? I see how you are. As if we were barely holding on to our audience as it is, you picked now to just dip out on me.
I see how Armor has abandoned you. He has said, I have no link. You're on your own, son.
Yes, says the guy who just disappeared for the last 2 minutes.
I gotta say, with all of these people in this chat that their mascot was a Trojan, I will say this for them. At least if your mascot is a Trojan, he's well protected.
Yeah, yeah, he has a certain elasticity.
That's right, man. No one could no one could penetrate his defenses.
No, yeah, no. I get where you're going with that.
Uh-huh.
You know, like they didn't even realize the error of their ways until he was already in the center of the field. You know.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, enough of that talk. Now, you were saying something about a bent force, I think, earlier.
A bent forest. Yeah, something along those lines. I don't remember the details. I remember I sent you a link and a picture though.
Well, let's see the bent forest. What's it actually called, though? I keep calling it the bent forest. I know that's not the name of it.
Well, I know I'm waiting for you to bring up the article and I'll read it.
Well, I will as soon as my computer complies. You know, that could be we could be on here for a week before that happens.
Well, I got about another hour to hour and a half, and after that, you're on your own.
Oh man, that ain't cool. Yep, it's doing that circle thing. Okay, let's see what this is. We need a song for times like this, like
Like a please stand by technical difficulties type deal.
yeah, exactly. I had one at one time. I just don't know what happened to it, and even if I had one, I wouldn't be able to show it in time.
No, what we would do is you would be like, "Oh shoot, this is going to take a minute. Let me bring up the technical difficulties. Where is that technical difficulties? Oh, I know I got it here somewhere.
Right?
Oh, I'm clicking on it. It's not working.
Oh man. I do have something about Star Trek I want to show. Let's see. The truth about Mandela effects. Army Navy Screen Magazine.
This was like way before that.
Was this in Shifty Sunday?
Yeah, I don't know. I know there's a picture of a tree of trees. You can't miss it.
Yeah, I saw that, but I don't know which one I saw that in. Okay, there's the whoa. Hate when it scrolls up too quickly. Was that in Hebrew Crew?
No, I didn't put it there. I hardly ever put anything we're going to use for the show there because I don't want people to see it before we show it, you know.
Oh yeah, that's true. I see the Army Navy thing. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. All right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've seen this when you sent it to me, and I thought, this doesn't look real, man.
Yeah, it would be kind of a weird thing to stumble across if you were out wandering in the woods. You'd be like, what's going on here?
It looks like something you would see in a movie after a nuclear blast or something.
Yeah, that's a good theory. That's what makes it such an interesting phenomenon is that they don't really have a good explanation as to what causes it.
Can everybody see? Hold on, let me get it on the bigger. Here we go.
Yeah, apparently these are pine trees, and they've all chosen to grow this way. And the tree that the species of tree that's doing this is not known for growing in such a strange way. And not only do they all have like that little J hook thing going on, but they're all kind of J hooked the same direction, which is even more peculiar. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, man. They look like they're all kneeling, like they're praying or something.
That's an interesting observation, yeah. And right above that image there, I have a link that there's an article to go along with it, so I can tell you guys more about it.
All right, let me get to that. That shouldn't take as long since I'm already there. Oh, Wait. Oh. Okay, here it is. Redirecting the Crooked Forest. It is the Crooked Forest.
Well,
And
go
that-
figure.
Yeah, I thought that's what
Well, I think we were calling it the Crooked Woods, but it's good enough.
Crooked Woods, Crooked Forest, same difference. Here we go. Okay. There it is. Let me go ahead and scroll so you can read the whole thing to us, sir. Right away, I got to tell you, you know what I missed the most about this show?
What's that?
Story time with Saggy.
Oh yeah, well I usually did that on Shifty Sunday, not Taco Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
All right, so the Crooked Forest is a grove of 400 oddly shaped pine trees located near the town of Grylino, West Pomerania in Poland. The pine trees were planted around 1930 when its location was still within the German province of Pomerania. From the base, the pine trees grow with a 90-degree sharp bend northward, but then curve back to grow straight up into the sky. Despite the unnatural curves bending 3 to 9 feet sideways at their base, these trees are generally healthy and grow up to 50 feet tall.
I'll tell you one good thing about this is it looks like you could easily step over them.
Yeah, and it would be like a convenient place for everybody to sit down if they were meeting in the forest.
Exactly, man. Like well, here's some more of the article.
All right. There are many theories on the mystery, although there was little to no evidence to support any of them. Some hypothesize hypothesize. Okay, well, anyway, that a unique gravitational pull in this particular area causes the tree to go curved northwards. But this theory does not hold up to basic scientific scrutiny, given that gravity pulls things downward and not at a curve. I mean, that sounds like a good argument for flat earthers, don't it?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that about the gravitational pull. Yeah.
And then they throw in the, not at a curve thing, never mind. All right. So others guessed that the heavy snowfall in the area weighed down the trees as they were sprouting, causing them to grow crookedly. So that's a word you don't say very often, crookedly.
Crookedly, yeah.
They grow crookedly at the base. But this theory does not explain why other groups of pine trees and assorted vegetation in the same area were not affected. Some suspect that the trees were grown for the rims of wooden cartwheels, as the grain direction would have produced very tough wheels. The most widespread and most unlikely explanation is that local farmers planted and manipulated the trees when they planted them in 1930. But it is estimated that the trees were 7 to 10 years old when they experienced the force that resulted in the trunk curvature. When they experienced the force that resulted in the trunk curvature. It's like they put that, whoever wrote it accidentally copied and pasted that line twice, didn't they?
Yeah, it seems like a flat earther might have wrote this article.
Yeah, something. Or the New York Times, maybe. I don't know. Were the trees intentionally altered? Were the trees intentionally altered, local farmers? Now that's a weird question. It's like an incomplete sentence. Did the trees naturally bend northwards? How many people have been trying to find an answer to this mystery? But since the town of Garifino was largely abandoned between the early stages of World War II until the 1700s, the people who were there before the war and probably had the answer to the mystery of the Crooked Forest are now likely gone forever. So based on the information that this article is telling me, I have a theory.
Mm-hmm.
It keeps mentioning that the plants were planted in 1930, and then it mentions that when they were 7 to 10 years old, and then it keeps saying before the war. Maybe there was some type of blast or explosion nearby that as during the war that caused it, or some type of something related to the war may have caused the phenomenon. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a good theory, man. I gotta tell you, you know how you see those movies where like a big blast, a bomb of some kind, like in movie, like in Rambo when he puts down the the claymore, and then when the claymore explodes, it leaves a shockwave over through the entire forest and it bends the trees down. I think that's a pretty good theory, sir.
Yeah, it didn't kill them. They were able to kind of, they may have looked dead there for a year or two, for a certain amount of time, and then they started sprouting again.
But I will say this, getting back to the storm situation, good old Armor Up says, my friend is in Illinois and just got power on today. She said been out a couple days. So that's interesting.
Yeah, I did hear you guys had some intense winds. It was on different YouTube channels. Apparently, like Chicago, Illinois, Indiana, all what's the state below you, Missouri? All of you guys, all those areas kind of had like intense winds and severe storms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, we got lucky. I think that where I'm at in southern Illinois, which is 6 hours away from Chicago, by the way. You notice I didn't mention my hometown because I don't want Sadji banning me from our broadcast. So no. On a serious note, though, we live kind of in a valley. It's almost like a dip. Like there's a dip, and they say that when you live in a dip, straight line winds don't harm you as much or something because they have to go over the top of that dip, and before they can go down, like they have to go over the top. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I totally get it.
So I do think we're lucky in that way. But like I said before, I did ask God for a hedge of protection, and God bless God, because God is good and God is great, and I know I'm not saying that to try to rhyme, but it does rhyme.
Well, what rhymes?
What do you mean?
God is good and God is great. That doesn't rhyme.
God, yeah, no. God is good. God is great. He kept everything from falling on my plate. I don't know. I thought I said something.
Well, you think I'm just going to agree with you just to agree with you? No, man, I'm going to call you out. If something doesn't rhyme, I'm going to tell you about it. I'm not just going to say it rhymes just for rhyming's sake.
Oh yeah, and I understand that. No, I honestly thought that I said something a while ago. I don't know, man. I've had a headache like all day, so maybe that has something to do with it. But I don't.
Well, maybe I missed the rhyming part. Maybe I wasn't listening close enough. If that is the case, I'll go ahead and apologize now for later if that proves to be true when we play it back after the fact. Okay.
I don't know. I'll have to rewind it, but okay. What did I say? I said something like, I asked God for a hedge of protection, and he does good things, and God is great. No, I guess I didn't rhyme. You're right, dude. I totally, I'm sorry.
No. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry I called you out on your non-rhyminess.
No, that's cool, man. I expect you to call me out on my non-rhyminess. And if you have a deal where you say a rhyme and it doesn't rhyme, then I'll call you out on it every time.
Okay, I can see where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I really like the way our show is flowing. So with that being said, I sent you an image there in Hangouts here just a few minutes ago. I took a picture of the sunset in my local town that will not be mentioned for fear of being banned. But I thought it was an interesting sunset, so I thought I would share the image and thought maybe you could share it with the audience. It's a picture from my front porch, basically, of the sunset.
We will definitely do that, Armor. He says keep her and all of those affected by the storm in our prayers, and I certainly will. I can't speak for everyone, but I know I will.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, Joan Osborne.
But speaking of God is good and God is great, he gave me a wonderful sunset this evening that I was so inspired by it that I decided to take a picture of it.
Is that what you sent me?
Yes.
Ah, okay. Well, let's take a look at that beautiful bean picture. Sorry, I'd like to say footage. And never mind. Okay, let me scroll down here. And oh my gosh, this is your area?
Well, this was the sunset, yeah, from my front porch.
Oh, wow, man. You know, I can't show it because you know what? It's from your area. I told everyone, do not show things from your hometown.
Oh, well, it's actually just some random picture I got off the internet, but let's look at it anyway.
No, I of course I'm kidding, but yeah, let's take a look at it, man. I saw it. I saw it myself, and I think everybody else should too. Here we go. There you go, guys. What do you think of that? Let me see if I can I make it bigger? Whoa!
It's cool. Yeah, you went bigger, all right.
Ooh.
It looked even better in real life. Like that orange going in, like on the clouds, it came like all the way in. Like, but when you take a picture for whatever reason, the camera doesn't capture all that iridescence.
Oh yeah. I gotta tell you, that's pretty cool, dude. I don't often get to see the sunset, and I definitely don't often get to see the sunrise, but you know what I should do is when I do see the sunrise, maybe I should start taking pictures. Especially after a storm. Have you ever seen the sun like in the evening time? It comes out after there's been a big vicious storm and the clouds part, and then you see like that wonderful like orange and yellow in the sky, and you're just so happy to see it.
Oh yeah, for sure. When I used to drive like cross country for a living, I would often be driving during a sunset and be in different random places. And I would literally, when I could, I would pull over just to take a picture of the sunset. And I had a nice little collection on a previous phone that is no longer own. So I no longer have all those pictures. But I was going to make a calendar at one point, of the different places and their sunsets, and put one for each month or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Never actually did it.
You know what would be interesting is if we made it not a contest, but sort of just like send us your pictures of a sunset or a sunrise at different locations. Like Armor, for example, said he gets to see the sunrise every time he goes to work over the mountains. And I think that
that would definitely be worth seeing. And here's what we can do with the contest. We can people can send them in, and we have to try to guess if it's a sunset or a sunrise.
Oh, that's a good one, man. I like that. Yeah. But it won't be like a contest, like you're going to win something or something like that.
Yeah, I guess that was the challenge. That would be the challenge.
Right. That's something to do almost like sending a photo of your pets type of thing,
Right.
I would love to see all the beautiful sunrises and sunsets. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah. So put your email address there on the screen for people who are watching now and or later.
Oh, I most certainly will, sir. And here in a minute, we're going to get serious and we're going to address the public.
Oh, we're going to get serious, huh?
Yep.
We're going to get down to some serious business.
Some business. I said that all wrong. Hold on. Let me say it again. Business.
Business.
That's good. Business. Okay, so no, but seriously though, I do want to address the Mandela affected community.
Mandela effect.
Mandela effect. Hold on. I think there's one more guy that wants to say Mandela effect.
All right, let's hear it.
Hold on. I'll be right back. I gotta go get him.
If only I would have known, I wouldn't even have said it. Okay, here we go again. He'll be right back. Mandela effect.
There you go.
All right. Who was that?
That was Mr. Giant.
Okay, well, that's cool.
Now, Mr. Tiny wants to say it too.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh,
See?
wow. Yeah. He, for being so small, he's got a really loud voice.
He sure does, man. I tell you, every time I see that guy, I always have to tell him to tone it down a bit because he's always near the edge of yelling. And I'm like, dude, we're trying to have a somewhat respectable conversation here. Can you please
maybe because he's so small, he just feels the need to scream it,
Oh, okay. That's a good point. He's trying to make up for his inadequacies.
Yeah, some type of Napoleon complex or something he's got going on.
I believe so. But now it's time to do sort of like a what do you call it? A PSA, a public service announcement, so to speak.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hear you. I think I know where we're going with this, and yeah, I guess you could call it that. And I don't know. I would go so far as to say it's just an observation, something that you and I both agree that something that would be worth talking about.
I said a long time ago, someone asked me in an interview once, what did I think was causing the Mandela effect? And I said, well, to be honest with you, I really do think it's something not of this world. I do think it's spiritual. And I even went so far as to say, perhaps it is God sending us messages that we have to encode, and it's stuff that he's sort of sending us to figure out. However, with that being said,
okay.
Now you said however a while ago, and I didn't.
So we haven't even talked about that yet. So go ahead.
Not yet. But anyway, but no, I didn't mean it so far as to say that only people who saw the Mandela effect were the ones that God was giving the message to. I didn't mean it that way. And there is a lot of people who don't see the Mandela effect or who aren't affected who don't even believe in God. And there's a lot of people who do believe in God, and they're wonderful Christians. They're wonderful warriors of Christ, I must say. So we got to keep that in mind when we're saying that the Mandela effect is special. The Mandela effect, to me now, looking back on this, isn't special. It's something that does need to be taken notice, and it's something that we do need to address, and it is something that is amazing in its own way, and it's certainly something that we've never seen before, and it is a mystery and a wonder, so to speak. But I would
go so far as to call it a phenomenon.
Yeah, a phenomenon. Yeah, you could say that. But I don't think that only people who believe in God were meant to see it, because there's atheists who see the Mandela effect as well. So you can't really say that God chose you to see the Mandela effect, because he didn't choose anyone. It's just people are seeing it, in my opinion, and
Okay,
what I,
so
what I truly
just
believe.
to bring context back to this, because you said a lot there, my man. You
Oh,
you
I'm
you
sorry.
went you were all over the board, and I want to reel it back in a little bit. I
Mhm.
guess what you're to give it context, what you're trying to say is you're hearing. I see it too. Sometimes you'll see like a comment in a chat room, on a Mandela Effect channel, where somebody will propose the notion that, I think that the people that are here with us now watching, and that the Mandela Effect community or whatever, we are like chosen ones, where we are enlightened enough to see it. Those who can't see it, they're just not enlightened or chosen the way we were. We're some type of special. There's something special or unique about us that gives us the ability to see Mandela effects, where there might be somebody else who you show them one, and they just, no matter how hard you try, they just don't get it. Is that kind of where you're going with this?
Yeah, well, I sent Armor an invite into his chat. I want him to weigh in on this, and I want him to express his thoughts and what he knows more or less where not saying that you don't, but he knows more or less where I'm coming from with this. That this is
Well,
not.
yeah, no, but I'm asking you. I mean, is that what you're referring to?
Oh, short answer, yes.
Okay, all right, all right. So I agree, because I do see those comments on occasion as well, and I think that that is a misnomer that exists within the Mandela community, that we are some type of the people who can see the Mandela effect are a chosen few, that we are somehow gifted in a certain way or something. And I couldn't disagree with that more. I think, and like you said, anybody of any religion, of any belief, religious belief system is capable of experiencing the Mandela effect. However, uh,
However,
when it comes down to the changes in the Bible and the biblical ones, I think that those do have a purpose, and I do think that for me, in my own personal experience, it has resulted in me finding my way back to being more interested in the biblical text, and being like, oh my gosh, if this is really happening, all these people are noticing these changes, and even certain ones that I can acknowledge with my limited knowledge of religion, like the Lord's Prayer and the Lion and the Lamb. I'm familiar with those things. I even though I haven't really ever studied the Bible, those are things that I've heard throughout the course of my life. I mean, I can't tell you how many supper tables, the Lord's Prayer has been set at, and things of that nature. You know what I mean?
oh,
So
absolutely.
to realize that there's been, significant changes like that, I think that in itself is, like you said, a message from God. That those changes were put there to wake people up, to make them realize that there is something there is a message, and we need, like you said, we need to somehow figure out. And I think that message is that you need to start paying attention. I think the message is
I know.
that we need to take notice and be more aware and more conscious of what's happening around us. And I think that that's exactly what's happening. I think I mean, even to go so far as to say, the more and more people are getting what's the term, woke, getting more woke lately, and when it comes to Mandela effects, you have people that want to
No,
claim a Mandela effect, like they discover one, and they want some type of ownership of it, like it belongs to them.
right.
And I get that somebody might want credit for finding it, and that's fine.
Mhm.
But as far as people who are now seeing it, being some type of enlightened ones, I have to disagree with that. Also, for this example, there might be somebody who's incapable of or never been experienced the Mandela effect yet, but is still capable of being exposed to it and later having discovered it and being full-fledged Mandela affected, So, and then the last point I want to make, and then I'm going to stop my rant and toss it back to you, is I even more so I hate the way that the media or certain YouTube channels will try to make people who are Mandela affected seem like some type of weirdo or mentally ill person that's just incapable of realizing their misremembrance. Like we all just misremembering Ed McMahon handing out those big checks. He never really did it. Get over it. So yeah, there's a lot to cover there, man. There's so much to say. I mean, I don't even. It's like, where do you start and where does it end?
Well, we will say it, and I want to address this before I throw Armor in here, and I know he has a lot to say about it, and I want to throw him in here, but I want to say that the Bible changes, to me, mean nothing, because the Bible never changes. It may change in a physical form in that book, but it never changes on our hearts. It's always there. It's the same in our hearts. But I don't want to go too overboard with that until we get Armor in here, because I know he does have a lot to add to that. So here we go. I'll just go ahead and throw him in there. Armor, how you doing?
Just throw him in. You just threw me in. You don't even no hug, no welcome, here, get in. You're in.
Yeah.
Throw me in.
Welcome to the Lions Den, Armor.
I was gonna say I felt like I was heading to the Coliseum. Thank you so much, Centurion. Thank you. No, I mean, you guys were doing great. I don't know why you wanted my dumbness in here. I was chilling out, enjoying the show, and now you want to put me to work.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, you guys covered it pretty good. Do you have anything? I don't know. I guess I could add, like you said, I definitely have seen people that think we're the chosen one. Some of us went as far as to say we're the 144,000 in the Bible because we see and all this stuff. And I definitely don't agree with that, because I don't know. I just don't agree with that, because we got so many that see. Not that the Father couldn't use them all. I mean, this could get deep and can get twisted. But to think just because we see the changes we're chosen, I don't think so. Now, why we see them, I'm not sure. Me and Dan's talked about this for years, seeing what the common threads seem to be. As far as the people, it ain't religion. That's obvious. Religion is not the common thread. There's people from all religions and none that see the changes, from what I gathered from the chats we've been doing for years. So that immediately got rolled out in my book. Also, I guess we should talk about what we think caused it, because there was a fellow on the channel the other night, and he swears fathers what did the changes. To say anything otherwise is bad. And that's cool. I mean, stand in your beliefs. But I could argue for and against that case. Now, there's no doubt, and I've said it many times, Father will use everything, no matter what caused it. Even if evil caused it with an evil intent, Father can use that to wake somebody up or bring them closer to him or whatever. He uses whatever he wants. He turns bad to good all the time. It's what he does. It's one of the reasons I love him, amongst many, but it's one of the reasons I'm in awe of him, I guess would be. I don't know. But he's just amazing at turning evil to good. He'll use whatever. So there's no doubt in my mind that Father has used the Mandela effect. The Bible changes, I think some of them have meaning, if you look into them. That would be a sign of the Father using it, even though I think the change was intended for bad. So personally, I don't think Father caused it. But I definitely always believe Father uses whatever he wants, and he's using it he's brought a lot of people to him through the Mandela effect, according to what they say. Now, again, I don't question testimonies. I don't question your walk. Unless you start spinning false doctrine, then I might have to say, that's not very good. But if you say the Mandela effect brought you back to Jesus, oh, glory to the Father. I can totally believe that. Father can bring you to him however he wants. That's why he's the Father. But I personally don't think he caused it because, and like I said, I could battle both sides. I could prove I think he did because of the Bible changes having messages. But the reason I think he didn't, the main reason is because Father is an author of confusion. And if nothing else, the Mandela effect is confusing. It's confusing when you see it. It's confusing when you try to tell people about it. It causes a lot of confusion, especially in the beginning, and even still now in the community. It causes confusion about who caused it, what caused it, it just causes confusion. It doesn't. So for that reason alone, I don't personally think Father caused it. I definitely think Father uses it. No doubt about that. So when it comes to thinking I'm chosen because I seen, well, like I said earlier, me and Dan's talked about this a while and tried to trace threads. We try to see what the commonality seems to be amongst the majority of the people. Again, religion wasn't it. What I came down to, and I think what Dan agrees with, at least so far, there's a few that are strong among a lot of people. Well, we know God allowed it, Bob. Father allows. Nothing happens he don't allow, in my opinion. So yeah, God allowed it. No doubt about that. And he uses it. But empathy seems to have been a big one. Now, not everybody, but I would say probably 90% or more of the community are empathetic. Some know it and some don't, but I seem to have noticed that a lot of the community are empathetic, which just means when someone's hurting, you feel it, you sense it. There's different levels of it and degrees of it, but that seems to be a pretty common key, but still not a lot. One thing I've noticed is almost, I would say well over 90%, if not 100%, of the people in our community, the thing we have in common more than anything is we were all seeking truth. Some were seeking a biblical truth, some were seeking a spiritual truth, some were seeking the truth of 9/11 and what's going on in this world, or whatever, that kind of truth. We all seem to be truth seekers. And whether you're seeking, how should I put it? If you seek, you'll find. That's a promise. So I think the fact that we were all seeking truth probably is what led us all to see it, in my opinion. Now, this is all opinion, but I don't think it's because we were chosen by the Father. I think the Father can use it, has used it, and may use it in us to do something. Who knows?
And to clarify, Armor, when you say we're chosen by the Father, you meaning that we're not somehow people who are experiencing the Mandela effect are not any more enlightened or Illuminati or touched in some kind of special spiritual way by the Lord Himself. Simply that the seeing the Mandela effect is not directly make that true. You can still be enlightened or touched or somehow something by the Father, but it's not because you see the Mandela effect. Would you agree?
Yeah, basically. That's sort of what I'm saying. And not that the Father may have not touched some of us to see it. Again, Father does whatever He wants. But I'm saying over an overall majority. To say that you think you're chosen by God because you've seen a Mandela effect, that's a slippery slope to get on in my book. And to say those who don't see it are rejected by God, because that's sort of what they're boiling down to.
Yeah, that's what
it's
like they're putting up some type of superiority claim because we can see it, we're better than them or whatever. And
exactly. That's
where I see
the enemy all over it. because that's right back to pride. You sort of feel better than someone that don't see it. It leads to, it just leads to, it don't lead to good things when you start thinking that way. And I think even if you were chosen by God, you aren't out there rubbing it in someone's face. You know what I mean? I don't know. The whole chosen by God thing just don't sit right with me when it comes to the Mandela effect. I don't think, first of all, Father would choose us to solve Mandela. He chooses us to preach the gospel and teach about his son and lead people to him. That's what he chooses you for. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then also, I wanted to say that the reason why we're even covering this topic is it just seems like something that flies around, and you see it pop up in different chat rooms. You see people try to purport such claims, and we just wanted, as a collective, I know Hebrew and I and you as well, Armor. We all kind of agree that is a false claim, and we wanted to, for the record, tell anybody who's out there listening to us that we disagree with that narrative, and we wanted to tell you why we disagree with it, so that hopefully you wouldn't buy into it when you're exposed to such comments and such and so said chat rooms. And that's the long and the short of it. Would you guys agree?
Well, yeah, and I can't speak for everyone on the panel what they believe about it, although I'm pretty sure I know because we've talked about it.
Right.
But yeah, me personally, I don't. When I came into the Mandela effect, I had already started this journey back. I had already had my experience, which is in my videos if you care to look. I'd already come back to the Father. I'd already seen things no person should see, things you won't forget, things relating to the children and the research I do that were way. When I came to the Mandela effect, I wasn't like most people, and I've said this on Dan's show, it didn't shock me. I just basically looked at it and was like, well, of course reality's changing. Why not? After seeing everything I had already seen, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't really bother me at all, which in itself was sort of mind-blowing because reality changed, and I believe it, and I've seen it with my own two eyes. My Bible does not say the same thing it said. My Bible, this one, you know what I mean? This said this before. There's no doubt in my mind it changed, and all kind of stuff changed. But
and a lot of times you'll have people in the chat room that are kind of new. They're new to the experience. They're new to the community, and they're still trying to figure it all out, and they have more questions than answers. And then when you have somebody in the chat putting out that kind of information, it's not only it can be discouraging, but it can add even more confusion to that person or individual who's still trying to figure it all out. That just creates more discourse, like also or gives us some type of or creates some type of imagery that we're some type of cult or
right.
cuckoo religion, and we're anything but that.
Right, guaranteed. Yeah, it could definitely lead to the cult aspect. And the last thing I'll say about it, because like I said, you guys pretty much covered it, and all I can do is give you my opinion and tell you why I think what I think, is, well, now I rambled and now it's gone. Hold on. What was I going to say? It was there. Oh, shoot. I don't know. Talk amongst yourself.
Go ahead, Hebrew.
You chime in.
I'd like you to chime in, Hebrew, at this point.
Well, I think that the important thing is not to get too obsessed with the Mandela effect if you're obsessed with it. And I think that if anything, like Armor said, and I couldn't say it any better, if God is using, he definitely can use the Mandela effect to help people see, but that doesn't make that person call a calling or to be able to see it any better. And I think the important thing is what God wants us to do, like Armor said, is to follow Jesus and to teach or preach, or not preach, but to to speak of his truth, his gospel, his truth. You know, don't worry about the Mandela effect. The Mandela effect is a distraction, I think, and I think you hit it on the head too, Saji, when you said it's a division of sorts for people that when people come in and they say, well, I'm better than you because God has chosen me. I am the chosen one. I am like the golden child. You know, I totally disagree with that. And I think that's the wrong message to send, is what I'll say about that.
All right. Well, and then, yeah, you mentioned the whole obsession thing. Did you have more to add, Armor? Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I remember what I wanted to say now, but I didn't want to interrupt Hebrew because that was good. One thing I could tell you, and this is why I don't think our group is the chosen ones, to put it any other way, because that's the terms they use, is if we were chosen by God, for real, like God put his hand on each of us and said, look at this, he would also say, now do this. And I guarantee you, there would be no strife or the stuff we see in the community, the arguing, the bickering, none of that would exist. If we were all chosen by God doing his will, we would be doing the same thing, the same goal. Maybe not the same thing, that's the wrong way to put it, but we would be in harmony. Father doesn't work in discord, he works in harmony. So if we were God's chosen, why are we so inharmonious? Why are we so... That to me alone showed me what I need to see about whether... I'm not saying some of us aren't chosen, but to say we as the whole group of people that see are the chosen ones, then there's a problem. Because we're supposed to be doing his will harmoniously. We should have the same mind. We should be, it's the whole prayer Jesus did about being one. We should be of the same mind. Not necessarily going about it the same way. We all got different jobs. But it's all to the same goal. We ain't going to be worrying about your job and the fact that you're doing it right, because it's the same. You could see, I don't know how else to explain it. It'd be much more harmonious if we were God's chosen. I'll tell you that much, in my opinion.
Good point there, Armor. And also, the other thing worth noting is that it's just important that that you keep just like anything else. You want to make sure you keep an even tone, a level head. You're always going to have people out there who try to propagate some ridiculous claim and take something and take it too far. There's always that one guy that wants to make a lot more out of the molehill than what it is. So I don't know. I'm just trying to make sure that to keep some context here, that it's really more of like Hebrew said when we first got started, a public service announcement, just letting everybody know that sometimes things get blown out of proportion, carried away, and then you have people coming in putting out some type of outlandish theory or outlandish thought that we're some type of chosen few, and I don't believe that's the case at all. I think the Mandela effect in itself is mysterious and confusing enough to throw that into the mix with it as well.
Yeah, I would say. Oh, go ahead. I thought you was done.
That's really it. That's all I got.
Yeah, and I would say there's no doubt the Mandela effect is something special, something weird's going on. And to say that we're special because we see it, you could say that, but I don't like that term. I would say there's no doubt that we're different. We're different from the people that don't see it. There's no doubt about that. We see it clear as day. We know it's happening. It's real. We don't doubt that. We know it.
Yeah, I like the way you said it earlier, that we're all truth seekers. Because I think that is something that we all have in common.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thread I could figure out. But either way, we're different. I wouldn't use terms like special or chosen, because that could lead to pride and arrogance. But we're different. There's no doubt about the fact that there's something different about us than them. Whether it's a natural difference, a chemical difference in our bodies, who knows? I don't know why, but we're definitely different. We definitely see it. We know it. They don't see it and can't see it for whatever reason.
And I would say that, like you mentioned earlier about the truth seekers, that and it's not always the case, because I do know people that are like quote unquote conspiracy theorists, like you mentioned earlier, the 9/11 thing.
Well, there's a big difference between a conspiracy theorist and a truth seeker, my friend.
Yes, that's what I was trying to get at. And so-called, we said, truth seekers. There are people that are fall into all those different subsets and categories, and may or may not have actually experienced the Mandela effect. And then I like to throw in the word yet, because I still think there are people out there who are capable of seeing it, but it just hasn't hit them yet. The one thing that'll bring them across to the other side and start saying, oh, wait, there might be something to this, that one change that really resonates with them, or that one thing that, the Mandela effect they haven't heard about yet. And they're like, no, there's no way. I know for a fact it was the other thing. Then all of a sudden they start really looking into it like it's a serious thing. And then they realize, oh my gosh, yeah, this is a real thing. I think there are people out there who are capable of seeing it, but they just haven't been enlightened yet with that, that epiphany moment where they realize that there's something to it. And then on top of all of that, with all that being said, then you have the next category I think we were going to touch on, is the person that once they realize what the Mandela effect is, right, and that it's real, and they can't believe it, they let it consume them, in the sense that that's all they want to think about, talk about, do, watch, understand, find more and more Mandela effects. And it can get to a point where that becomes an obsession or an unhealthy type of behavior. And I don't know, that was kind of like part 2 of what I wanted to bring up.
I'm halfway surprised Armor didn't say, let's not get things twisted here, when you said you're talking about conspiracy versus truth seekers. Sorry.
I'm just throwing them all in the same bucket, but Armor was quick to correct me there, and that's fine. Yeah, but I think I still got the point I was trying to make. Hopefully it still came across okay.
I said that because you said that earlier. We were saying that back and forth. Let's not get things twisted here.
Oh, yeah. All right, so let's not get it twisted.
That's right.
Yeah, I know what you're saying there, Saji, for sure. And that goes for anything. I mean, anything. Again, I'm all about the Father, Jesus. You guys know me. I'm all about that. Mm-hmm. So anything that's distracting you from your quiet time with the Father, picking up the Bible and reading it, whatever. Anything that does that is not good. And the Mandela effect, if nothing else, can be very distractive and keep you away from what we should be seeking, and that's the truth of Jesus and his word. So, yeah, it can definitely lead to that too. It can lead to pride, it can lead to distractions, it can lead to all kinds of bad things. So we got to keep it in perspective. There's nothing wrong with looking into it, but don't obsess over it. Don't let it become your life, basically. Let Jesus become your life, then you'll have life forever. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, and I have one of those types of personalities, and I'll be the first one to raise my hand and admit, when I first came across the Mandela effect, I was it captured my attention, and I did watch a lot of videos in succession. It was probably 90% of my YouTube history. I was typing in Mandela effect every day and looking for something new. I wanted to, like Pokemon, I wanted to find them all, but then I did, relatively so. I think I pretty much covered the gambit, and I found out what there was to discover Mandela effect related. I found a couple good channels that I enjoy watching from time to time, and I even got on a panel where I frequently talk about the Mandela effect. So it would be safe to call me a Mandela effect enthusiast at the very least. But at the same time, I do recognize that it comes to a point when it's getting, like you said, Armor, it becomes a distraction where it's taking you away from other important aspects of in life, including spending time with the Father. So I definitely think that if you feel like that may be the case for you personally as well, then you may want to reevaluate and just double check, take a deep breath, take a step back, and realize that there is a lot more to life than just the Mandela effect. And I'm done after that. I'm dropping the mic.
Yeah.
I was waiting for Mr. Giggles to take over there. He's making a sandwich. He'll be right back with his final thoughts on the subject.
Well, I gotta say, my final thoughts on the subject. I don't really. Oh man, my chest. I don't really have a whole lot to add other than to say that the whole obsession thing. I get how someone could become obsessed with something. Believe me, there's a lot of things that I have become obsessed with. One week I'll become obsessed with Star Trek: The Next Generation, for example, and I'll watch all 7 seasons of it. And the next week I'll become obsessed with MASH, and I'll watch all 11 seasons of it, and I'll become upset. I know how that goes. You can become obsessed with nearly anything: toy buying, comic book buying, TV shows, as I had mentioned. But that's all a grand deception. That's all a distraction. I mean, not deception, a distraction from the truly important things, and you can't let yourself fall into that pit. You do have to stay on target with the important things. And I got to be honest with you, Armor and Saji, and everyone else listening, I fell behind. Like when I stopped doing the Thirsty Thursdays, and then I stopped altogether. I stopped sort of listening to God and what He had to say and what the Holy Spirit what is trying to lead to me, and I fell into that pit. And it took Armor to sort of drag me out of that pit. He was like, "Well, listen, man, I can only tell you so much, and then if you don't want to listen, you don't want to listen. I can lead you to the water, but not, shove your head down in it and make you drink of it." And so that's what kind of brought me out of it. It kind of like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm focusing on all the wrong things when I should be focusing on God and on family and other things, with God being at the top of the list, of course. But again, Armor, I'd like to thank you for that, by the way. You truly pulled me out of that funk I was in. And it's easy to do. It's easy to slip into that sort of obsession thing, Saji. And I know everyone does it, So that is my final thought on that. And I will drop my microphone as well.
Well, you're welcome, brother. And hey, I could only get you out because you was willing to start climbing. I mean, it ain't like I lifted you out. You climbed out. That's the way it works. And yeah, that's a good way to end that whole thing. I mean, that's what we need to do. We got to just keep your priorities straight. Seek God first. Everything else will come. Next, if you're lucky enough to have a family, that better be your second biggest priority. Your wife, your children, your grandchildren, your family. Third priority, maybe your friends, whatever. But you keep the first 2 straight and everything will be all right. No matter what's happening in the world around you, it'll be all right in the end. So well said, Juice Tube.
Yeah, and also thanks for coming on to our show and pulling it out of the abyss and helping us with this message, because you definitely brought a lot to the table and helped us clarify this a little bit. We knew what we wanted to say, but we were having a hard time fine-tuning it, and you helped us do that, which you often do. And yeah, you're just going to have to accept the compliment. I'm sorry.
You guys. Yeah, I mean, but pulled out of the best, man. It was an awesome show. I was kicked back, enjoying it. It was a great show.
Well, I meant in the sense of how we were trying to explain it.
Oh, you guys had it. You guys had it down. But I was happy to add my little bit.
But I think that's really. I think we've covered it. At this point, we would just be repeating ourselves. Is there any comments in chat there? Anybody got chat up? What do people in chat have to say, if anything?
Repeating ourselves. Oh, sorry. No, I Go Kart Bob's talking about rhymes. He talks about I'm getting a cool sunset, pink clouds on blue background. That sounds cool.
Oh yeah, I sent you a pic too, and I think it's Shifty Sunday.
Oh, can we share it?
You can, see if you can guess. You said you guys wanted to guess if it's sunrise or sunset, so there's one for you. This isn't from my recent journeys over the mountain. This is from a while back, just on one of my journeys. We always, me and my wife take lots of pictures, so this is just from one of our journeys.
Yeah, while he's bringing that up, Armor, I'm sure you saw the one I shared.
That was awesome.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering if you saw it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my wife loves taking sky pics. I take pictures of everything, but she always gets good sunrises and cool clouds and stuff.
I can't think of anything that has inspired me more recently to actually go grab my camera and take a picture of it than some of the sunsets that I see down here. And if I get up and I walk about a mile around the block here, I could watch a beautiful sunrise and take a picture of it, which I have done on occasion, but I need to start doing more often. But I rarely get up before a sunrise anymore lately.
Yeah. There you go. That's one from, when is it? Dates there. August 9th. Wow, almost a year ago.
Yeah, I like the pinks and purples. It almost looks like cotton candy.
Yeah, August 9th last year.
Oh,
wow, isn't it weird that it came up almost a year to the day?
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
I could tell you what right now, I'm not seeing any yellows or oranges. So I'm going to go with, can I go ahead and give my pick?
Sure.
I'm going to say this is sunrise. Saji?
Yeah, let's see here. I am going to, just to be different, I'm going to go with sunset.
All right. And just to be honest, I have no clue.
Oh.
Now, let's see. Last year, August, okay, I would say it would probably would have had to have been a sunrise, because I was normally leaving to do my DC deliveries early in the morning, so I would seldom catch a sunset. So I would say sunrise.
All right. Was anybody in the chat throw out a guess? Is there any sunrises or sunsets in chat?
No, they've given up all hope on the show and have drifted off. Hey, CJ just popped in the house, though.
Oh, wow.
She says, Taco Tuesday, arriba. I can't roll my R's, so that's what I think. Arriba.
I don't know.
Arriba.
Arriba.
Andale. Ipa.
Andale. Well, the reason, and you notice I said orange or yellows, it seems like most of the time when you have a sunset, you have that thick orange, sort of yellowish thing that you can see glaring off the pinks and blues most of the time. I'm not saying every time, but I'm just saying most of the time.
So you're making the claim that there is a distinctual difference between the colors that occur on a sunset versus a sunrise.
Yeah.
All right. That's interesting. I've never tried to say. I always thought that it would be hard to depict the difference, but as we see more and more pictures, we'll we'll either reaffirm that notion or we will contradict it. So I guess time will tell.
We'll see if my theory is correct.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh, wow. Yeah, that pic was dated on Michael's birthday also last year. That's
Oh, awesome.
crazy.
Cool. Well, I got to tell you guys something. We can call this one an extended phone call. Armor, you know?
Extended phone call.
Yeah, like you called in.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So, but, you know, also doing a lot of hunting, like a lot of squirrel hunting and deer hunting. Oftentimes, me and my grandpa, when we did our hunting, we'd go out at 4 a.m. and
Oh, yeah, you got to go out early. Oh,
yeah, so I'm so used to seeing sunrises, but here lately they seem to be a tad bit different. Like, for example, if it's wintertime and you wake up at, like, let's say you take a nap and then you wake up at like 5 in the evening, as the sun's going down, you wake up at 5 in the evening, you look outside, and you're like, holy crap, did I sleep that long? It's already 5 in the morning. You can often get it confused between AM and PM at a certain time. I think it's like during the fall of the year, you know. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Yep. I've done that.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was on mute. Yeah, I definitely do know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
And the air is totally different too. Morning air is usually so crisp and cool compared to an evening air. Like when the sun's setting, it's still got the warmth of the day in it and that humidity of that I don't know, that iridescent feeling of calming down versus bright and new. I don't know how to explain it in other terminology, but it's more than just the color. It's the feeling in the air and the presence of mind of like of what you have ahead of you versus your now you're recollecting. And the sun at a sunset, you often look at it and you ponder the day you've had, and you recollect on what the day has been. And during a sunrise, you often are projecting the possibilities of what the day will bring. At least that's me personally, for whatever that's worth.
Yeah, and I feel the same way. We've talked about this before off air about that moment, that majestic moment when you're just standing, looking out your front door with your cup of coffee in one hand and a cigarette in the other, and you're just gazing up over the sunrise and you're thinking, what kind of day am I going to have today? And you can almost, there's a certain feeling that comes in over the air that you could feel sort of what kind of day you're going to have just by looking at the sunrise. You know?
Oh yeah, and that majestic moment when you open the door and you breathe in the morning breeze or whatever, and you at that exact moment you kind of get a feeling for what the day might bring or what it has in store for you, and it kind of resonates with you throughout the course of the from that point forward.
I'll tell you, there's nothing like standing out my door early in the morning and smelling the honeysuckle just coming in from a morning breeze and the dew all over the grass at my feet, you know, and just holding that, sipping on that cup of coffee and having my first smoke of the day and just seeing the smoke float over the horizon and seeing how majestic it is. And
oh wow, your smoke flows over horizons. You have some really good smoke, my friend. Are you sure you're smoking a cigarette?
Well, you know,
I think he's a Nephilim. You must be giant, dude. This show brought to you by the Fallen.
Oh man, no, I don't mean like literally over the horizon. I was trying to make it sound more dramatic. I'm sorry.
It was quite dramatic, yes.
Yeah. If there's such a thing as over dramatic, you might have nailed it.
Right. But I will say this, besides going hunting all the time when I was younger, I have seen many sunrises during my partying days, but I got to admit I seen it through a different set of eyes back in those days. The eyes were more glazy and hazy, looking at the smoke going over the horizon. So, just saying. Okay.
All
Back
right,
to
yeah. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think this would be a good time to wrap it up. Maybe do a final shout out and put a bow on it.
I would rather put a cork on it, but bow sounds rather even better.
It's prettier, no
Yeah.
doubt.
For sure. So, Armor, since you're just a guest right now, I guess I can go ahead and do the shout out.
Yeah,
Unless
you've already made him get out of chill mode and come to work. So
Yeah, I'm
that's
on a call. I'm not working right now. I'm a
That's right.
caller.
yeah.
Geez, Bob said he's still waiting on his new battery
Oh, really?
over all this COVID crap and no
Mm.
shipping and stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah, I noticed that I ordered an action figure off of eBay back in towards the end of June, and it said on the eBay thing it'll take until September 3rd. However, with that being said, it is coming from China, and I didn't know.
Well, yeah, I think his is too because he said it got sent back because of COVID. So yeah,
Ah,
must be China related, I would think.
mhm.
Either way, it's nuts.
And I do want to show a small clip after we get done. Shout out, Sadji, if that's cool.
sure. I don't mind.
All right, cool. So here we go. We've got Lothar 900. We've got Preliminal. Let's scroll down here. Michael Fontaine was here earlier on.
Michael Fontaine.
Michael Fontaine.
Miguel
Miguel.
Fontaine.
Oh man, you beat me to it. I was gonna say it. I had just now remembered what you told us we should. Anyway, Nick Myers, not to be confused with his evil brother Mike Myers, was here earlier. Go Kart Bob still having it in first gear, I guess.
No, it's Go Kart Rabito.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, this is Taco Tuesday. It's Go Kart Roberto.
All right.
5 months he's been waiting on his battery. It's crazy.
That is, man. That's ridiculous. Bubbles, who I haven't seen in a while, been here tonight. Eddie Von Keen, not to be confused with Eddie Van Keen,
Eduardo.
the real one, with a wrench. Eduardo. Yeah, I keep forgetting to say these, and maybe you should do the shout out, man. You're back.
I was just starting to think the same thing. Get this guy off the shout out duties, man. He's totally not getting with
It's
the
Taco
concept.
Tuesday. He's stuck. He's done anyway, almost.
We have what would his name be? What would Philip? What would you call Philip?
Filippo.
Ah,
Filippo.
okay, Filippo.
Filippo.
All right.
Filippo.
Fogarty. The evil cousin of why all these other people have to be evil, I don't know. John Fogarty. Just kidding, but it's kind of funny to think that though. And of course, Armor Up's been here the whole time, I think.
Been lurking till you made me come on duty.
Right. And let's see. Oh yeah, CJ Wood. We need to give her a wrench someday. And that's all I see. So there you go.
I wonder what Connie's name would be in Spanish. I don't know that one off the top of my head.
Ah. Well, we do have technology at our fingertips, It
Well,
would
when
be
you're not sure, just add an L in front of it. L Connie. Yeah.
hard.
Conwello. That'd be it. Conwello. I don't know.
That's what my stepdad, the one that passed away, that's what he would always say. He's like, if you want to speak Spanish, just put L in front of everything. That's how you properly speak Spanish, El Quisador. I don't know.
It would be El Armor and El Hebro and El Sagi.
Yeah. Let me see here. Okay, so there's a clip I want to show you guys, and I hope I can get by with it, and I probably will if it weren't for measly kids and their dog. But there's a commercial they keep playing over and over and over and over again on Pluto TV, and it's
so you're gonna go for the copyright strike on a commercial that you hate. You're gonna loathe it even more for copywriting your show.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Definitely.
Talk about being a glutton for punishment.
Well, it just drives me nuts because first of all, they're comparing it to serious deals like car seats and seat belts and stuff like that, and then the lady says, "Well, here, I'll have you guys judge it for its own merits."
Yeah, I saw where you had shared it earlier, and just to be clear here, this is a commercial that plays over and over again when you're trying to watch Star Trek, correct?
Yes, I just want to watch some Star Trek, man. I don't.
All right, so as if that wasn't bad enough, now you're going to bring this such said commercial onto Taco Tuesday and force us to watch it with you. So in other words, this is a case of misery loving company, if I'm not mistaken.
I want you guys to share my pain.
Okay, I just want to make sure I had this straight.
Well, before you heard us, I just did Google it, and believe it or not, it says there's no direct translation from Spanish to Connie, but as she just put in the chat, I was about to say that Consuelo is the closest.
Oh, okay.
Consuelo.
But there's actually no direct translation.
I was wondering about Bubbles too. Not only how you would translate that into Spanish. I don't know if you still have it up, where you can type in the word bubbles.
Sure, I'm on it.
And then while you were looking it up, I got to thinking, they might be a distant relative of Fizzy Pop, because in Fizzy Pop there's lots of bubbles and bubbles.
La Baburja.
La Baburja.
Baburja. Bubbles is Baburjas. Baburja. Let me see. Burbujas. I'm listening to it. Let me try to repeat it. Burbujas. Burbujas. So she's Burbujas. Burbujas.
Bubblehus.
See.
I don't think that there will be a copyright strike on this because it is a sort of public service announcement. So.
Oh no! I seriously doubt they're going. The powers that be are going to be mad that you're spreading their propaganda. They'll be quite pleased with you.
Yeah, probably. But it just it drives me nuts. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Just watch. Drives my nuts. That's funny. I kill me.
Not wearing a mask in public is like not wearing a seatbelt because no one else is.
Or not wearing a life jacket because it's uncomfortable.
Or not wearing a helmet because it's just one play.
Or not putting me in a car seat because we're only going down the block.
A mask is like anything that keeps us safe. It only works if you wear it.
So wear a mask when you're out in public, because we're all safer and stronger when we go all in, Illinois.
Sure. That.
Not wearing a mask.
Whoops. Okay, so basically, this grinds my gears for several reasons, but I will point out the two obvious ones. The one obvious one, it grinds my gears because all I'm trying to do is relax and watch some Star Trek, and then they slap me in the face with this every 5 minutes, and it's not good. And their claim is that people are claiming, oh, well, I'm not wearing a mask because it doesn't work. That they're comparing it to seatbelts and and what's that other car seats and helmets and stuff like that. Well, excuse me for saying so, but I don't think wearing a mask is as serious as wearing a seatbelt. And there hasn't been any proof to the contrary that a mask does work. So that's why we're saying not to wear a mask, not because we think it doesn't work, although that is part of the thing, I guess, but it's because, number one, it's forcing us to do so, and number two, you can't breathe in the darn things, and number three, it's been proven. You see Dr. Fauci saying in an earlier interview that the mask only protects you if, say, a few droplets get by. You know what I'm saying? So this commercial just really grinds my gears, and they play it sort of like over and over again, like they want to drill it into our heads. You know what I'm saying? And now, by the way, in Illinois, it just passed recently that masks are now mandatory. So I want to get your guys' thoughts on this commercial and what you think it's doing.
Well, yeah, I agree. It's definitely making it as important as a helmet or a seatbelt or a car seat. That's just insane. I agree 100%. And before we go off, and we'll let Saji see what he thinks about that also, of course, but I have a minute and something vid. It may get you a copyright strike just because of what it talks about. I know the channel probably won't copyright strike you, but to sort of show, if you don't mind, yeah. I seen it today, and it really brightened my day. But go ahead, Saji. And hi, Tobin. Tobin Schwing in the house.
I just sent you a link, Hebrew. Bring that up while I start going into this. Yeah. The thing about the mask and the comparing it to the seatbelt and whatnot. And in Nashville, there's a city councilwoman who proposed in her community for them to for people who who go out in public without a mask on, and then somebody actually contracts the virus from such individual, that person that's going around mask free should be charged with either murder or attempted murder for spreading the virus. And I have the article. I was going to see if you can bring it up because it actually shows that it's happened. It's in Shifty Sunday.
Wait a second. Send you notifications. No thanks.
Attempted murder for not wearing a mask. That's crazy.
Yeah. This just came out yesterday or the day before. It's in the Washington Post. There you go. Let me turn my camera or my screen sideways here. I'll read it. Go ahead and scroll down when you're ready.
Looks like there's a video of sorts.
I don't know if that's attached to this article or not, but a Nashville, Tennessee councilwoman wants those who don't wear masks during the coronavirus pandemic to be charged with attempted murder. Sharon Hunt, an at-large councilwoman. They're not saying she's large, but that she's at large of the Nashville Metro Council, joined an August 5th meeting between Public Safety, Beer and Regulated Beverages, and Health, Hospitals, and Social Services Committees. Now that's a mouthful. Imagine saying that 5 times in a row real fast. My question goes back to legislation, she said during the meeting, but my concern is, I work for an organization, but that if they pass a virus, then they are tried for murder or attempted murder if they are not told. And this person who may very well pass the virus that's out in the air because they're not wearing a mask is basically doing the same thing to someone who contracts it and dies from it. It seems to me that we have been more reactive as opposed to proactive, and a little too late, too little. So my thing is, maybe there should be legislation, stronger legislation. I don't care if Mike Jameson can speak to it, but maybe there needs to be a stronger legislation to say that if you do not wear a mask and you subject exposure of this virus to someone else, then there will be some stronger penalty as it is in other viruses that are exposed, she added. And the Director of Legislative Affairs, the Mayor Office, Mike Jameson, responded by saying that the City Council doesn't have the authority to create criminal legislation. But I think you guys get the point. Can you imagine somebody being charged for murder because they went to Walmart without a mask on? I mean, come on, get real, people.
Yeah, it just, like I typed in the chat, it just gets crazier and crazier, man.
Yeah. For her to even go there, I mean, I don't know. I honestly think that was her way of just trying to get some notoriety. Maybe if I say this in the meeting, it'll go viral, and everybody across the country will be saying my name, and all of the people that are pro-mask will rejoice and rally with me. That's the only logical explanation I can come up with for why somebody would actually even say that.
Yeah, I think I got a bug in my. I think I just ate a bug.
But yeah, that's what that commercial reminded me of. That flew across my radar the other day. So it's I wasn't going to bring it up because I know we pretty much ran the whole mask thing in the ground, but that one there was I thought was kind of exceptional, a great example of somebody taking it just a little bit too far.
Yeah, that's a little bit extreme, to say the least. Armor, did you have something you were wanting to share?
Yeah, it's totally off topic, subject, all that. But it came across my thing today. I'm like weeks behind in my videos, but it came across my subscriptions, and I watched it, and it's awesome because when I see something like this, it just shows me, well, don't show me because I know Father's listening, but it's always a good reminder that our prayers don't go in vain, because as you know, I pray for the children all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Tell everybody to, it's all about the children for me. So this is just another way Father sort of showed me that he's paying attention. You know what I mean? Not that I didn't think he wasn't. Either way, the more I talk, the more I'll ruin it. But here's a little something that brightened my day when I seen it today.
All right. Do you have, oh, there you go.
It's a little something that I wrote. I'm going to sing it note for note. All right, go ahead. Yeah, I was just.
Yeah, no problem.
Don't worry. Be happy.
I like that video. Robin Williams and that black guy. What's the black guy's name?
No clue.
Yeah, you lost me there, man. I don't know that.
Yeah, he's the one that sings the "Don't worry, be happy." You know.
I thought it was Robert Townsend.
No, it ain't Robert Townsend.
No, I know.
Oh, maybe it is.
But I don't think he was black either. He was sort of, I don't know.
Caribbean.
That's the word.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but Robin Williams is in the video, is what I'm saying.
I guess I missed the video. I don't have any recollection of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. But anywho, oh, kill me. Okay, here's yeah. It's ready whenever you are, sir.
All right.
Well, I gotta say, it's about time people are getting exposed for this crap. I mean,
Well, I think
you
it's
know,
great that there's so much public awareness for it
that's
now
right.
too. Like I
Mhm.
don't recall any other year, if this is something they do at this around this time of year every year, the movement making so much clamor, so being noticed so much because like even on my Facebook feed, on my Twitter feeds, on my YouTube feeds, on almost everything I sign into, I have seen in the past week or so the hashtag Save the Children related things, and I don't recall ever seeing that any year before.
Nope, it's a
No.
new thing, and like I said, just more proof Father hears us, so keep praying, people.
Well, I think we're going to have to call today's Taco Tuesday our PSA episode. We've done we've done several
Yeah.
PSAs today.
I do have, however, something to go out on a funny or lighter note. My gosh, we only got 3 people watching. That's amazing. I found this, and I think this would be kind of cool to send into Fizzy Pop for her manned animals. Let's see here. Where is it? Let me get to it.
I'm pretty sure you put it in Hebrew Crew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm hoping that she sees that in Hebrew Crew and grabs it and runs with it. But you know, it is what it is. But I'll
And I saw that you got it off the Daily Dose of the Internet. So when I showed you that a while back, you must have stayed subscribed to it.
Hello, everyone. This is your Daily Dose of Internet.
Sorry about that. Yeah, this is a weird turtle. Apparently, it has no shell, and it just kind of it doesn't swim in the water or whatever. It just kind of you'll see. I mean, it does swim.
I think it looks like a mini Loch Ness monster. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of interesting, you know. Let me go ahead and big screen this. I thought this was kind of bizarre, kind of strange, kind of funny looking, but at the same time, here it goes.
Here's a turtle that looks like this.
Look at this guy. Look at that long neck. Okay, I didn't know that was.
Bird that transforms itself into a caterpillar when mom isn't around.
Oh wow.
That's really weird.
It is, man.
Yeah, and I don't think that would make you safer.
Huh? What is this? Why are they?
Oh, you didn't want to watch it. These animals on the International Space Station.
That's neat. Okay, so those first 2 was actually the only ones I wanted to show. I think that weird bird that turns itself into a caterpillar, I think the turtle would be something that Fizzy would like to look into and explore for manned animals, you know?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, and I couldn't agree with you more. But since we're here and it's you got it up and everything, and it's got about another minute left in it, let's go ahead and see what else they got.
Yeah, let's see. I like this water thing so far. What's he got there?
I was looking at Saturn through a telescope, and I used my phone to try and record it. Oh, there it is.
Oh, wow.
Saturn. I'm going to try and hold it as steady as I can. I got Saturn in my telescope. Hello, everyone. This is your Daily Dose of Astronomy.
Now that's an Italian pigeon right there. Oh man, I don't know if I would
Some
eat
people have
that.
dogs that have way too much energy. So this person started a business that has a van full of treadmills. The treadmills have no electricity and are completely powered by the dogs.
Oh, nice. Look at him go.
Fish got hunted down by this octopus.
Oh wow. I think I would be more scared of an octopus than I would a shark.
Oh, I don't know. I think I'll avoid those altogether.
Sometimes animal conservation groups need to move rhinos by helicopter.
Oh, wow.
They move the rhino because it might be in an area that's dangerous or because they need to increase their rhino populations in a different area.
Look at that sky.
Yeah, what did you do today at work? Oh, not much. We just took this rhino and moved it to another location.
That's the end of this video. Hopefully I made your day
Right.
just a little better.
Operation Rhino Drop.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was just a little daily dose of the internet, I think it was called. And did you send me this?
No, I didn't send you that.
Huh.
You found that all on your own.
I'll be darned.
Or somebody else did. I don't know.
Well, yeah, I think those couple of animals, and I know I'm repeating myself here, but yeah, they would be perfect for manned animals. But
Yeah,
huh?
I can say, I must say though, I've seen those turtles before. They are freaky. But I
Yeah.
go to lots of zoos and I love animals. But yeah, they're cool. They got a super long neck.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed, man. Like, you think if Mario tried to jump over those things, they just hit him with their neck, you know?
Well, that was really cool of you to stick your neck out and share that with us, man.
Yeah, I know. Sometimes I can be a pain in the neck, but you know, sometimes never mind. Let's tie this one up, guys. Let's go around the horn here. What's your final thoughts, Saji?
Not much. I just I think we had a great show. I thank Armor for coming on and joining us here last minute, even though he was just chilling doing his thing. And thank everybody who came and watched us like I always do. Try to remember to hit the like button on your way out, please. We would really appreciate that. And that's about it. Thanks for having me on. I really like doing this with you, my friend.
Cool. Yeah, same here. I'm glad you're on. Armor, thanks for coming on and helping us out a little bit here. I appreciate what you've done for us here tonight. And what about you, sir? What are your final thoughts?
Oh, not much. Thanks for having me on. And thanks for talking about a subject that I think should have been talked about a long time ago in the community. So, yeah, that was important to bring up. So, glad I could be a little part of it.
Awesome. Okay, well, that looks like another one in the books, as Saji likes to say. And for everyone here at Taco Tuesday, this has been Hebro77, along with Saji, terrically speaking, and Armor Up, saying good night, everybody. Drive safe.
Y vámonos pa' Guadalajara, al tequila y a las tortas ahogadas, sí señor. Ay, 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 ay. Guadalajara, 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 Guadalajara. Tienes el alma de provinciana, hueles a limpia rosa temprana. A verde cara fresca del río, son mis palomas, tu caserío. Guadalajara, Guadalajara, hueles a pura tierra mojada.